Well, now, this really is something. This really is something right here. Now, you may remember, recorded a review of the week last night, and one thing I noted, and a part of that I spoke about, was Eddie Hearn speaking very highly of Ben Whittaker. And it did lead me to think that maybe there was some negotiations happening with Ben Whittaker and Eddie Hearn, because although Boxer have now signed this deal with BBC, it's only for 4 dates. Yes, they have that deal with Riyadh season as well, but as I stated in that video, you're talking about a 10-0 prospect in Ben Whittaker, who in the last 12 months has fought twice, and it's been against the same guy. It's gone a grand total of, 7-8 rounds in those two fights. It's not really giving us a gauge as to where he's at. And one of them was, he could have easily lost. The other one, he did a lot better, but you know what I mean. That fight was in April. It's now October. We don't know what the story is with Ben Whittaker. We don't, right? Well, we didn't, I should really be saying. Until now. Announced, Ben Whittaker has signed a long-term promotional deal with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing and will fight on DAZN moving forward. I go onto the Matchroom website. It says the following: Eddie Hearn is delighted to announce today the huge statement signing of one of boxing's biggest superstars. Ben Whittaker joins Matchroom Boxing on a long-term deal. The Team GB 2020 Tokyo Olympian has officially put pen to paper with the sport's leading global promotion. Fighting exclusively on the home of world boxing, DAZN, Whittaker, unbeaten with a record of 9-0 with 1 draw, 6 KOs, will officially be unveiled by Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing at a press conference in London on Friday, October 17th. Full details for this, including time, venue, and internet accessibility, will be shared separately in due course. Trained by ex-world champion Andy Lee, the exciting Midland sensation is ranked highly by both the IBF and WBC, and the Olympic silver medalist revealed that the move to Matchroom Boxing is heavily motivated by being the best in the world and a future ruler of the light heavyweight division. Ben Whittaker and Matchroom Boxing, it sounds very good. It's got a nice ring to it, said Whittaker, speaking to Matchroom Boxing. Of course, I came very close to signing before, but I'm here now, and that's the main thing. This is a quote from Ben Whittaker directly. I think things happen for a reason. I'm at a stage in my career right now to pick the right platform and to go for the right fight, so the move just made sense. I had, as my thing decides to lump onto another screen, I had 10 fights so far, and there have been a few ups and downs in those. You're telling me. You're telling me. But I'm lucky that the experience I had so far will take me far in my career. From the amateurs to the Olympic medals to the professional wins, I'm ready for the next step, and I truly feel like this is a fresh start. I can't wait to embark on a new chapter. I have a great team behind me with Andy Lee in my corner, and I'm really excited to make my debut with Matchroom Boxing. I first met Eddie Hearn as an amateur when I was training in Sheffield, and AJ was there in the gym. We always knew the time would come, and I'm very happy that this moment has finally arrived. We're working together. I'm grateful to Eddie and Frank Smith. All my family have known this is where I want to be. It had to be the right time, but we're here right now. I know all the team here. They are very professional, and I can honestly say I can't wait to get started. I remember being shown around Matchroom HQ during the COVID fight camp, and Eddie said then he wanted to make me a big star, make me a champion. I didn't put pen to paper then, but here we are now with a better haircut than I had back then and a better version of me. The plan now remains as what it was back then. Of course, my popularity has grown and my profile has got bigger, but I think with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing, I will become even more of a household name and one day world champion. I am ranked well with both the IBF and the WBC, so that was another reason why I wanted to come on board with Matchroom, because I believe they will help navigate my path towards winning those belts at the right time, and that's what I'm here for. Matchroom chairman Eddie Hearn has described Ben Whittaker as one of the most exciting signings of all time. I wouldn't go that far, just saying. And is ready to help propel him into superstardom. He is phenomenal. This is the greatest signing to make in boxing today. Ben Whittaker is a generational talent. Here we go with the hype. And we are ready to take his career to a whole new level. This long-term deal will propel Ben to superstardom, solidifying his reputation as a household name and steering him towards future world titles. He will be number one. He has the world at his feet, and I am beyond excited to finally be promoting this great young man. Matchroom CEO Frank Smith has heralded Whitaker's addition to this world-class stable of fighters as game-changed. Yes, they love that word. And insists future glory awaits the popular 28-year-old. Smith said, "This is truly a satisfying signing from Matchroom Boxing. It's a game changer, and I couldn't be happier. I have no doubt Ben will become world champion. We will do everything in our powers to promote him in the way he deserves and the way the UK deserves too. He's a future legend of British boxing. Any more hype needed?" That's the article. Oh, that was a doozy to read. Right. Jury's still out a little bit on Ben Whittaker. He is talented, but, you know, that first Liam Cameron fight, it's not that long ago. Now, Ben Whittaker since then has signed, obviously, with Andy Lee. Andy Lee is a very, very good trainer. He's done wonders with a lot of fighters. I think one of the reasons why Ben Whittaker in his last couple of fights, including Liam Cameron, the first fight wasn't looking so good, was that he went from being trained by Sugar Hill Stewart to basically having no one in the corner. And the guys who were in the corner, he was disrespectful to them in between rounds. He was looking all over the place. He wasn't looking good at all. It's as simple as that, right? Now that he has Andy Lee, and by God, he's going to respect Andy Lee. He'd want to, because he's a phenomenal fighter and trainer. So I think now with Ben Whittaker, he's more grounded. He's 28 years old. He's not a child. So there's always going to be a bit more maturity there. He is a big name. You know, he is a big name in the world of boxing. His highlight reels have done great views. Eddie Hearn has done something like this before with Josh Kelly, but I've said it once and I'll say it again. I think Ben Whittaker has a higher ceiling than Josh Kelly. Whether he can become world champion at 175 pounds right now remains to be seen. You know, it's a tough division. It's got some big names in there, some really, really big names in there, but some aging names, and they won't be there in, say, 5 years' time when Ben Whittaker will only be 32, 33. So there's a lot of promise, there's a lot of potential. He is still, I've heard, tight at the weight, though, at 175, so maybe cruiserweight could be an option in the future, who knows. But in terms of marquee names for Matchroom, this is a big one. This is a big, big loss for Boxer. You know, I can't emphasize enough, Ben Whittaker was their guy. You know, Fraser Clark was never going to be that guy. Adam Azim, there was talk about it, hasn't really happened. Who else then? You know, I mean, after that, Ben Whittaker is the guy. He is the man. He is that guy. And to lose him for Boxer and all the fighters they've lost, Joseph Parker, Jack Cattrall, Joshua Boazzi, Lawrence Okoli, I'm probably missing others as well. This right here is the biggest. And this is also the one that he signed with Boxer from the get-go. It's not like a Joseph Parker or a Boazzi or an Okoli who came from Matchroom. They went to Boxer. They went to Queensbury. They've been around the block. No. This is one of the first signings that they did. It was a marquee signing for Boxer. And I suspect even moving the BBC can't keep him, because they don't have that Sky money coming in anymore. They don't have the platform with Sky Sports, because the BBC is great for, you know, giving you to an audience of household names. You know, you're in terrestrial TV, all that jazz. But I think Ben Whittaker sees himself as past that. He sees himself as being on these big pay-per-view shows, these extravaganzas as such. So, yeah, for me, I think that it's a big loss for Boxer. It's a massive gain for Eddie Hearn. You know, you look at someone like a Ben Whittaker. Again, we don't know how high his ceiling can be. I think he can do well with Andy Lee. Listen to him. With Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, Eddie Hearn is going to promote the living you-know-what out of him. He is going to be at everything. He's going to be doing punditry on all the fights. He is going to be forced down people's throats, most likely. But I don't think it will matter, because I think he has that just following about him. Eddie Hearn, after AJ retires, after Katie Taylor goes, and Conor Benn inevitably will probably, I don't think he'll do much at world level. There really is no other names there in Matchroom. There really isn't. You know, Boots Ennis in the US, maybe, who knows. But this is the main one. In terms of the UK, this is the main signing, and this is a great signing for Eddie Hearn. And yeah, let's wait and see what they do. We need to see more Ben Whittaker. He's been very inactive, which again I'm not happy about, because I think that a fighter of his age and where he's at in his career, and I know he's only 28, but still, you know, get a move on. You're still a prospect. So I think this is a good signing by Eddie Hearn. It's a signing that in many ways it just seems to fit. They just seem to fit one another, Ben Whittaker and Eddie Hearn Matchroom. So I think it's long overdue, but this could be one of the nails in Boxer's coffin. It really could. To lose Ben Whittaker, who was your biggest star, and you took him from the amateurs. You know, he signed with you when he turned pro. That's a loss. That's a big loss. So let me know your thoughts, as I said, in the comment section below. Ben Whittaker now signing with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. Let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video, people. Smash the like button if you could. Hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. And until next time, peace.